Hi everyone, welcome to the part 3 of working with data. So let's see the objectives of this lecture. First of all, we will understand the concept and the use of pipe operator in dplyr. Then we will see some functions such as mutate, transmute, and pull function. So what is actually a pipe operator? The pipe operator is a symbol imported from the migrated package and used in dplyr to streamline the process of data manipulation. It allows you to take the output of one function and send it directly to the input of another function, reading the functions from left to right. This can be particularly useful when working with multiple functions on the same dataset. Let's see how we can work with pipe operators in RStudio. First of all, I will load the dplyr package. Then I will set my working directory because I have stored the CSV file in this directory. And as I want to read it, so first of all, I have to set the path, data size R, and I create a variable as msleep, and inside this variable, I say read the CSV file by using the function of read.csv, and here I will pass the name of file, msleep.csv. Let's run it. So you can see here that the file has been loaded in the global environment. Now let's say head msleep, and you can see the data frame right here in the console. So first of all, I will use the select function inside the pipe operator. So in order to use the pipe operator, first of all, you have to pass the name of the data frame, and then you use the pipe operator, which we most of the time use in our programming language while dealing with the data frames. So I have said that inside this data frame, use the select function and give me the variables such as name, var, order, and body weight. And then I will use another pipe operator and I will say head. Let's run it. So you can see here that by using the pipe operator, you have got the columns such as name, var, order, and body weight. This is in fact equivalent of saying as head select and select from the msleep data frame, and what to select is name, var, order, and body weight. So I'm going to comment this so far. Now let's move on. For instance, I want to filter the values from my data frame that contains the var of Carney. So I will say take the msleep data frame, and here I will use the pipe operator, and inside this pipe operator I will use the filter function, and I say give me the values that contains the var of Carney. Well, unfortunately, I just used the wrong sign in pipe operator. And let's say one more thing that show me only the top values. So you can see here that you have got all of the rows that contains the var of Carney. And this is equivalent of saying head filter and take the msleep data frame, and inside that give me all of the values that contains the var of Carney. So these line of codes are equivalent. Now this time I say take the msleep data frame, and by using the pipe operator, I say that go inside this data frame and arrange the values of data frame according to body weight. And I will use pipe operator once again and use the head function because I want to see only a few rows. Now you can see here that the data frame is now arranged in an ascending order. And this line of code is equivalent of saying head, arrange, take the mSleep data frame and arrange it by body weight. So these both line of codes are also equivalent. Now, one interesting thing that you can also do with the help of pipe operator is that you can use two functions at the same time. Let's see how. I say take the mSleep data frame, and then I will use the pipe operator. And inside this pipe operator, I say that select only the values such as name, var, and body weight. And I will use another pipe operator, and inside this pipe operator, I say that filter the values that has a body weight smaller than 20. And here I use another pipe operator because I'm going to use the head function. Now let's run it. So you can see here that you have got only 3 columns, which you have mentioned in the select function, and then you said filter the values that contains the body weight smaller than 20, as you can see here. Now we can do another interesting thing, which is using 3 functions with the help of pipe operator. So I'm gonna say take this data frame, and inside this data frame, select only name, var, body weight, and sleep total. And then I say, with the help of pipe operator, I use another function which is filter, and filter the values and give me the values that contains the var of Carney. And once again, I use a pipe operator and I say arrange the values according to the body weights, which will be in an ascending order by default. All right, now we are good to go. Let's use this. So you can see here that you have got the above mentioned 4 columns. They are arranged according to their body weight. And you have got the values that contains only the var of Carney. So this is how you can use a pipe operator, and that is really, really useful while dealing with the data sets in the real time. Now let's get back to slides. Now you might be wondering that what other functions we can use with the help of dplyr package. Dplyr package provides various functions for data manipulation. Some commonly used functions are mutate, transmute, and pull function. These functions allow for efficient and effective manipulation of data frames. So let's see mutate function. The mutate function is used to add new variables to a dataset that are functions of existing variables. It allows you to transform variables into new variables. You can use mutate function to create new columns based on the values in existing columns, such as for unit conversions or finding the ratio of values in 2 columns. The syntax for using mutate is as follows. You just write down the mutate function, then you pass the data frame and the variables you want to mutate. Now let's move to RStudio. I use the head function, first of all, to see the top few rows of my data frame. All right. Now let's say I use the pipe operator. First of all, I will pass the data frame. Then I will use the pipe operator. And here I will use the mutate function. And inside this mutate function, I say create a new column named as total weight. And total weight is equal to brain weight plus body weight. And then I use another pipe operator and I say head. So let's just run it. All right, so you can see here that a new column has been added with the name of total weight and the values are now added. So this is equivalent of saying mutate and take this sleep data frame and create a new column as total weight that is equivalent of brain weight plus body weight. So these both line of codes are equivalent of each other. Now let's move back to slides. Next we have transmit function. The transmit function in dplyr is used to add new variables to a table or data frame. These new variables are functions of the existing variables in the data. The transmit function is similar to the mutate function, but only prints the new variables that are added. So if we have used the transmit function in the above line of code rather than mutate function, we would only be seeing the total weight column because transmit function does not print out the other columns. So let's try to use it. I say msleep, and inside the msleep data frame, I use the transmit function. And inside this transmit function, I say total weight equals to brain weight plus body weight. And here I use the pipe operator to use the head function because I'm nesting functions. All right, so you can see here that this time you're only seeing the total weight column because you have used the transmit function, and that is also equivalent of saying transmit, take them sleep data frame, and here we define the new column name on the left side, and on the right side we write the expression. So that is how it works. Well, next we have pull function. The pull function in dplyr is used to extract certain columns from a data frame and convert them into a vector. It can be applied in two different ways: by specifying the name of the variable we want to extract, or by specifying the index of the variable we want to extract. The syntax for the pull function is you just write the pull function name, pass the data frame, and then the variable or column name. So let's see how it works. First of all, I say msleep, and this time I'm also going to use the pipe operator as I have found it more suitable and comfortable. And here I will use the pull function. And after this pull function, I say that pull out, let's say, the variable of var. So I use the head function. All right, so with the help of head functions, you just only see a few of the observations in the var column. So that is equivalent of saying, let's say, pull and take this msleep data frame and pull out the variable or column name of var. So you can do the same thing by using pull and take the msleep data frame and pull out, let's say this time we pull out the variable of sleep total. So that is how it actually works. You can see all of the values in the form of a vector. So that's how we use it. Now, let's move to your homework. Your homework now is to use the dplyr speeded function to add new variables to a data set. Utilize dplyr's transmit function to add new variables to a table or data frame. Use dplyr's pull function to extract certain columns from a data frame and convert them into a vector. So you can access the dataset link by clicking just here, and it will direct you to the site where you will find the dataset. So this is the end of today's video. Now, good luck. See you next time.